Erin from Be Divine Vintage. I am doing a little bit of Christmas journaling today. I want to make a grungy Christmas book. I've set myself a challenge to do a grungy one. So I've started a little bit of preparation here. So I've basically got some cardboard from a cardboard box, which just so happened to have like a natural bit there for spine. And I am going to use this. I'm going to take this off, do some decoupage and grunge and decoupage and things to grunge it up. I want to straighten and reinforce it as well. But I'm going to use this. So these are what I used many moons ago in my office at work. They go like this. Like this. I have obviously rusted this one up, and that comes off. And then, sorry if you saw my head then, you would put your files or papers or what have you through there. Like that. So you can pile quite a few up, and then you fasten them all down again with this. So I've got some bits together. So that I want to do 25 pages. So that is the plan. So first of all, I am going to start on this and starting to mess all this up, because it is not going to be a quick process. So I've got a messy mat. I've got that. My camera is looking okay. Just let me check. I'm a bit hemmed in because I've got all my Christmas things out everywhere around. Are we too close? There we go. Right, so first of all, off my corrugated box, I'm going to take this cover off so that I get, look at that. Wow, that was easy. The corrugated card. And as we do, we save all our bits of papers. I've just done a video, you need to have a look at it, from an Etsy purchase I've just done. I bought 4 Victorian books and one from the 1950s. However, one of the books is probably the biggest and heaviest book I've ever handled in my life. And I couldn't stop laughing when I got it. And I've done a little video about it. Right, I'm not too bothered about these pieces. I think they'll just add texture and what have you to the overall look. Inside, I'm going to leave like that. I'm going to put some tie back and things on inside because I want to strengthen it. But I'm going to start with the outside. So I have got my brush, which has just been in some water. My big brush. And this is not going to be a quick process. This is going to be a few days worth of videos. Got my gesso first, so let's just put the gesso on. Yeah, the book is so big, and it's not just the size of the book, it's the weight of the book. I couldn't even, when the postman brought the parcel, I couldn't lift up the parcel. Hubster had to lift it for me and bring it in, and because the postman delivered it into the porch. You know, when you think, oh, sneak these things in, because I bought quite a few things recently because I've been doing quite a bit of Halloween crafting and Christmas crafting along with my everyday crafting. So you may have seen the Instagram I put on with all my parcels that were all piled up in the porch. Well, they weren't piled up in the porch. The postman had just sort of thrown them into the porch. And normally I sort of watch for the postman, and when he comes I run out and collect any parcels. But this day we'd been out and we came home, and oh my goodness, the porch looked like I don't know what. Anyway, so this parcel, there's no getting it past my husband because it was the weight of it. And then he gave me the knife and he said, oh, you undo the parcel. My goodness me. My goodness me. It was the biggest book in the history of mankind. Beautiful pages though, beautiful. It's like an account book. It's a cash book from a bank. Where everything is handwritten and hand calculated inside it. Beautiful, like copper plate writing and what have you, lovely. Right, that is that. And even though it's a little bit damp, I'm going to just flip it over. Easy said than done. And paint the inside. Let's have a look. It is approximately 9 inches by, the cover will be 9 inches by just over 7 inches. This doesn't split up. This isn't vintage infant school ruler. There's about a 1¼ inch spine. So yeah, 9 inches by around 7 inches, a 1/4 inch spine. Let's paint this. We might as well while we're at it. So I want it to be grungy, but I want it to be Christmassy as well. I'm inspired by so many artists. I love watching Susie Shabby Soul. I love watching Louise Hines Soul, Sigita. There's so many that do the sort of the more grungy. So something so satisfying about doing this. We're decorating at home. We're doing the study, the whole stairs and landing, but hubby won't let me near the painting. Is it any wonder? You certainly wouldn't let somebody who likes grungy art decorate your house. It lets me choose. What I want, but I don't actually do the painting or anything. He's watching football this afternoon. We're in on that. I'm just squeaking as I'm painting. We've got a house to ourselves. So my daughter's gone to a family wedding of a boyfriend. And we're here. There we go. Right, just gives us a nice undercoat there for what I want to do next. Right, I'm just going to wipe that on there. I think I need my chair oiling. Right, let me just see if I can just lay my hands on my tie back. I should be able to do. I should know exactly where it is. If I can't, then I won't be tie backing. That's not tie back. It's got to be an answer. You just flick through your papers and you think, ooh, I like that, I've forgotten about that. I've seen a lot of handmade papers I've completely and utterly forgotten about. That's tie back, acetate. I keep forgetting about the acetate. I keep thinking I haven't got any acetates. I keep buying them. And then suddenly, too many acetates. Let's just have a look. Jelly, shrinky wrinkles, acetates, tie back. I knew it was in that pile. I knew it. I just knew it. Right, I'm just going to Sorry, we're going to get the noise. Shouldn't take very long because gesso does not take long to dry. That's virtually dry. Next I want my Mod Podge. There's an artist who I love the work of the artist on YouTube, but it's the artist, I'm not saying whether it's male or female, always calls it Mod Podge. And I'm like shouting at the screen, Mod Podge! It's Mod! Right, Tieback is this wonderful paper, if you've never come across it, that just doesn't tear. No matter what you do, it doesn't tear. So I just get mine online. Sometimes you can get bags, parcels come in bags made from Tieback. Right, I want to put that on there. First of all, we will strengthen the spine with some fabric tape. Strengthen the spine. Let's hope that sticks to there with it being a little bit damp with it only having just been painted. Let's put that on there. It's so sticky, this. Then in tape, and it just sticks to itself as well, you know, on the roll, so it feels sticky. I think this might be vintage, I don't know. So that even feels sticky. Right, I am going to now get my brush and I'm gonna just, don't know what that is, but yeah, I'm going to Mod Podge this. So this is the inside, remember guys, the inside. This is my homemade Mod Podge as well. Right, I'm going to stick that on there. Bring it in a bit. It's going to have loads more layers on it yet. There'll be decoupage and all sorts piling onto it. So this is just the like undergarments. Let's just cut a strip for down there. Stick somewhere. This is the stuff that they use, you know, if you go to a festival or like all-inclusive holidays and things, and you have to wear those funky bracelets that you can't take off. And even when you're like, I think they used to make hospital bracelets out of them as well. And they're like, you can never get them off. You have to cut them off. Right. So we strengthen the spine there with the tape. We've put some Tieback on. And I think I will paint it. I've got some nice acrylic chalk paints. I think I'll paint it green and then collage onto it, but not at the moment because I want all that to dry properly. Right, back to the other side. Oh, a bit's come off there. Let's do that. So what I am intending to do here is use some tea bag paper. So I'll leave a link below to my tea bag supplier, which just happens to be me. And I get ordinary printer paper. I spray it with the 505 that you get from the tacky sort of spray temporary glue that you get from Hobbycraft. Spray it, and then you can hear that it's tacky, and then print onto my tea bag paper. So this is my thick tea bag paper. These images are from GI Care's shop on Etsy, the Classic Christmas I think it's called. Then I have some thinner tea bag paper, which is new to me. Some of my customers have asked could I get thinner, and it isn't as wide. I think this is 50 centimetres wide, whereas this one is only 20 centimetres wide. So this one comes on a roll like that, whereas this one comes on a roll like that. So there's that one. This one is the thicker roll again. I love that image. Here's the finer one and the thicker one. So now what I want to do is I want to decoupage it onto here. Remember, I am going to grunge this up immensely. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use some of this one. So let's just tear it. Does it tear? Yes, it tears. This is the first time I have used thinner tea bag paper before, but never my own thin tea bag paper. So it is doing well. It is very, it's fine, but it's very durable. It feels like a ply of a napkin actually. Right, let's tear along the top. No straight lines in this journal. No straight lines. So quite like her. Do we want her on the front, or do we want the Christmas angel? I quite like her there actually. These sides doesn't tear as easily this way as it does the lengthways. Can't believe it's Christmas soon. So I'm off to Germany next week to the Rhineland. There will be a link to Christmas, I promise you, with my mum for 8 nights. Because I've not been so good this year, my mum said, look, taking you on a cruise down the Rhine. So who am I to complain? I've been to Fuerteventura with my hubby. I had some lovely time in the sun, but my mum said, no, you need more of a rest. You need me to look after you. So, I mean, if anybody knows from my videos, I've got one of the nicest, kindest hubby in the world who I love, 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 because he absolutely dotes on me. Well, no, my mum will look after me better, she said. So I'm going with my mum for 8 nights. So we're going there. So there's nowhere, I'm going to say there's nowhere better, and somebody will say, yes, there is, where you do it better. I'm going to look in the Christmas shops because they are amazing. And actually, when you go into a lot of beautiful Christmas shops in the world that I know of, because I've not been everywhere, a lot of them are made in Germany. The real ones. You do get copies and things made usually from China and the Far East, but the best ones are Germany, and the mechanical ones from Nuremberg. Oh, Nuremberg is, I've never been, it's an absolutely amazing place. So we are going to Nuremberg. We are going to, I think I'll take that. I'll take Christmas Eve off. We're going to Nuremberg. We are Christmas chimes. I could call the book Christmas chimes. In fact, look what I found. You're going to be amazed. I found these rusted. Found them. And I thought, I'm having them. Found them on the street. But Christmas chimes, they're going to go great as a dangle on there, aren't they? So yeah. So, in, let's put Christmas Eve there. But in December, for the Christmas market, Christmas Eve, I've torn a bit off there, I am going to Nuremberg again with the hubby. But we're not going on a Rhine cruise. We are just going, the two of us, and we will be meeting up with my pen pal of probably nearly 50 years, but we did lose touch for quite a bit. We shall be meeting up, and that is going to be amazing because I've never met her. So what do you think if I do something like that? This is going to have loads of grunge on the top of it. Right, so let's get my bits and pieces together. I roughly know where they're going, and let's get cracking. I have got a little dish somewhere, this little lid, and I am going to pour into this lid some Mod Podge, then I can see it. And I'm going to put the lid on this Mod Podge because I did have a Mod Podge disaster recently where I tipped it over everything. So I'm going to start and put this on, but I want it to go in between the corrugations. Is that the word? Corrugations. Now once I have done this, I am going to allow this to dry overnight because there's gesso, there's Mod Podge, there is more gesso on the other side, more Mod Podge. So I don't want to force it dry, I want it to dry itself at its own speed. And I am thinking of crackling over the top of this. What do you think? I think it's going to be a beautiful journal, this. So, have you been watching? I think we're behind everybody else. Have you watched Manifest on Netflix? Is it on Netflix? Oh, series 1 and 4 on Netflix, and then we've had to watch series 2 and 3 on Sky. But 1, 2, 3 and 4 are on Sky. However, we get adverts. So we're watching 1 on Netflix, no adverts. Then we're watching 2 and 3 on Sky, but with adverts. Anyway, we're partway through series 3. And it's just getting more. I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you just in case you're watching it. But it is getting more and more intense. Hubby and I can't stop watching it. I've been shopping this morning with my mum for a few bits and pieces for our hauls. My husband said, "Did you get the Christmas chocolate? The snacks. That's for tonight for when we watch Manifest." I said, "I've forgotten." I said, "I was shopping with my mum, Ross." I said, I've just forgotten the Christmas snacks. So he's going out for Christmas snacks. I remembered the wine, of course. Doesn't that look nice on there? I love the effect of the corrugations. Yes, so I've got the crisps and snacks. Where's a little piece? Oh, here it is. A little bit that says Christmas chimes. So I've got the wine. So he said, I'll watch the football and then I'll go and get them. And we've got a little meal deal from Marks and Sparks. Marks and Spencer's got a meal deal for 2 curry. It's chicken korma and a chicken tikka, and it's got all the Indian nibbles and naan breads and things. So that'll be really nice. I think we've got some parathas at home. We had some anyway. So we're having that tonight. And we'll watch Manifest. I don't think we'll get it finished before I go away, because I think my son said there's about 20 episodes in series 4. So there's no way we'll get that done before Wednesday. But it starts off, I am going to tell you a bit. So they're on the plane, they're in a plane. So the family, there's not enough room on the plane for everybody. So some of the family are asked to go on a different flight. That's all they do. So one half of the families, well, say 3/4 is on the normal flight, a quarter on this other flight. And then they're in what feels like turbulence. Well, not feels like, 'cause you can't feel it. What looks like turbulence, and pretty bad turbulence. The sort that you'd think, oh my goodness, I'm going to die turbulence. A bit like when I flew from New York to Boston. Good grief, on one of them little tiny planes. American Eagle. That's another story for another day. Anyway, so they're in this it's not going down into the groove there. So they're in all this turbulence, and they land, except when they land it's 5 years later. So it takes a bit to sort of not get going, but at first they're sort of solving mysteries and things related to the passengers, and you're sort of wondering what is going on here. And then now it's really starting to all come together as to actually what happened. Where were they for 5 years? What is it all about? So, of course, the ancient Egyptians are brought into it. Aren't they brought into anything very mysterious? So we've got some ancient Egyptian mystery in it. We've got some biblical history in it. And it's just like, oh, you know when you can't stop watching. So that's tonight's viewing. So he said, oh, am I right watching some footy this afternoon? What are you doing? I said, oh, you watch footy, my love. My absolute love. I'll do some crafting. So I said, as long as we can watch Manifest tonight. He's like, oh, yeah. He said, I'll go out and get because I forgot, go out and get the crisp and chocolate. It doesn't take much, does it? Does not take much. I'll probably have a Crunchy or a Boost bar, packet of cheese and onion crisp, and I'm sorted. I am sorted. Isn't this the right way up? So what are you doing tonight, Saturday night? Olivia's at a wedding. Oh, actually. Oh, no, he's taking Olivia to the wedding, but he's not. That's our younger daughter. He's taking her, but he's not picking her up. I'm going to say he wouldn't be able to have his beer. Yeah, they'll get a taxi back. So she's meeting her boyfriend's parents are separated, and she's never met his father's side of the family, Jordan's father's side. So she's meeting them all today. So she's quite excited about that. I could have done without that happening. Left up. It's just curled a little bit. Got it. So yeah, so she's meeting his father's side of the family and some half siblings. So she's all looking her best. She's had her hair done. I mean, not only is she a nurse, but she is a makeup artist as well, but she's going out to have her makeup done. Let's put that there. She's going out to have her makeup done because it's just nice, isn't it, to let somebody else do it. So proud of my kids. My 3 kiddies, kitty winkies. So lucky. Aren't we lucky? So lucky. Lucky in life. Let's have a look what we've got here. We've got this one. This is a lot of Mod Podge, you know, because I've wanted to get it all into the grooves. So this is why this needs the time to dry. So I will be doing some more on this tomorrow. What I might do though is tonight add the crackle glaze, because I'm not sure that you want to watch me add crackle glaze. You might do. You might do though. You might want me to watch me add crackle glaze. Now then, that is drying. It is really damp, so there's no way I'm blow drying that, because one, it would be here for ages. The noise would be horrific. So not doing it. Plus it might affect it. I want it to dry itself. Right, let's move that out of the way. Oh, I love it. You know, when you're just like, oh, I love that. You know, when you get that feeling, you think this is gonna be good. Right. Here is the first page. So what I have done, this is what gave me the idea for Grungy journal. So a friend of mine, I've never had any luck rust dyeing fabric, but I did. I rust dyed some fabric at my craft group, the textile group. Somebody told me what to do, and I rust dyed this fabric. How lovely is that? Can't stop sniffing it because I love the smell of it as well. So I rust dyed. I rust / eco dyed it. So I'm really pleased with that. So I've just put that to one side. You know when you have one of them things and you think, I don't want to cut it yet. I'm not ready to cut it. In fact, my craft group said, oh, bring it, then we can look. So what I did, how I did it, is a lady at craft group said, get a pan of, like a roasting tin with water in for steam, and then get some doweling. So I had some doweling about the size of a brush handle, and my husband cut it, fit across. So say this was the tin, it fits across the tin just over a little bit. Then he just put 2 screws through, just so that it would, where I put it on the pan, it would stay. So then I got lime juice. I hadn't got any alum, so I thought, what I'm going to use. So I got water, and in it I put alum. No, I didn't, because I didn't have any. I looked it up on Google, good old Googly, and I put lime juice and baking powder, and I just sort of threw it in. Just threw it in because I didn't really have any quantities. And then I got my fabric and I laid it out. I painted it, the fabric, with my lime juice, baking powder and water mix. I then scattered rusty items, paper clips, pieces of metal, screws, all sorts of things. Covered it in that, and I also thought, aha, because I had lots of rose petals, and what I remembered, see, these are the rose petals, when I was a little girl and I made perfume, your rose petals always went brown, didn't they? So I've covered it in rose petals, and then I started to layer pieces of paper on. Now they are quite creased, these pieces of paper. Some have got holes in. That's my fault for unwinding it too much. So I put the pieces of paper on, and then I here's one, some rose on there still. I was going to iron these, but I've decided not to. So then I put my pieces of paper on, then I put another piece of fabric. Oh, my paper I painted with my mix. I put some rusty bits on there, some more petals, and I'm spreading it. I felt like, you know, when you're little and you're experimenting making perfume, I was like that. And I got it, I did a few layers of paper, did a few layers of fabric, then I got my dowling and I rolled it up tight, put it on top of my pan, which I'd put boiling water in to get the steam, put it in the oven and steamed it for about 2 hours. And then this is what came out. So I've got my lovely fabric, I've got my paper, which, like I say, has some amazing effects. I mean, look at this. And because I started unrolling it too quickly, it did start and tear. So, you know, you shouldn't unroll too quickly. So then I thought, or maybe you should, maybe you like the holes, I do. So then I thought, oh, I'll do a fall, autumn journal with that. You can see a paper clip shape there. But then I thought, no, Sharon, let's go Christmas. So I got my piece of paper yesterday, which is actually was this one. This was a piece of paper. It's painted with clear gesso to give me a base for doing a medium, for doing whatever I choose to do on it. It dries clear, although it goes on white, it dries clear. It strengthens your paper, gives you a medium to work on. But can you hear like that? If I get this, smooth. If I get this, more like not sandpaper, but you couldn't file your nails on it, but it's got teeth. So then I'm going to take this off. I've just shown you this, haven't I? So I think I'm going to put, say, 26, 27 pages. I'm going to put half the pages on one side of the book and the other, some on the other. I think, depending on how thick this goes. So then, because it's going to be like that, your pages will only turn like that. So I put a strip of my trusted Find Yes. So I'll be going to get the chocolate. Just saying, I'm just going. So I put the strip of the fabric, oh, because of the rust on that, it's grunged that lot more. I put a strip of the fabric down there, that fabric roll, sticky roll. I have stitched around the edge, just did that in a running stitch. Now it had got a hole in it, a couple of holes. So what I have done, I've put a band-aid, a plaster, which is a piece of this. See the paper clip you can see there. So I put a piece on there and I've stitched in sort of wobbly stitch around. There was a little tear and I have done that in a zigzag stitch. So all in all, I think that looks rather effective. Does it look Christmassy as it is? No. So I have, I'm going to cut some of these long bits off. So I am going to decorate the pages. I'm going to number them all, so it's like a Christmas daily. I punched the holes there the same size as this using one of these. All I'll have to do next is make sure I punch the holes in my journal, but I'll probably have to put that on and use a pokey tool to get those holes. So I have got in here, these are my newest things. These are some Tim Holtz bits and bobbies. I've got some of the Tim Holtz wallpapers. I have, as you know, loads of Victorian Christmas cards and postcards. I got some of these and I just can't remember what it is called. I saw Seth Actor using them on his page on YouTube, and these are like all like little individual stickers, Christmas ones. Thought they were quite pretty. I've got those, and then I've got loads of things that I've just had left over from last year and stuff. I also went through my ephemera and I started to pick out some bits that I thought would look nice in here. So I have picked out, this is actually from the Tyrol, it's from Austria, 1964, and it had little tiny postcards in. I thought I can do something with that. I picked out this, it's a stamp book from 1960, but I like the red on it. I have picked out this first day issue, Christmas issue. It's a 2.5p stamp, that's probably a second class stamp. I can't make out the date on there, but for 2.5p I would imagine we're going back to when decimal currency first came out, so probably early 70s. I picked out this old cheque, 1893. That's got the red. This is £6 at 6 shillings and 8pence. A little bag. It's so nice. The best going on as usual. My favourite things. Not quite. I got that from in swap from America. This was just some. Came with some papers, cardi papers, paper made in southern India, but I just liked it. I pulled these out because they are red. That's the book of little stamps. This is German. I do not know what it says. It's beautiful writing. So if it's anything bad, tell me. This as well, this one. I think those are from Sabine. This is an old little folder that you would keep stamps in. It's a postcard. This is an advertising coffee. It's an advertising card from Chicago. I got these from America, but I thought that would look good in the journal. First I thought that was a Christmas tree. Actually, there is a little piece of holly there. So I've started putting some ephemera to one side. Got all my things around me. So I sat looking at this paper last night and I thought, oh, I've got all this stuff, but am I going to be able to make it look Christmassy? So I got some bits and pieces out, and straight away as I started adding things, it started to look Christmassy. So this is day number 25. So I have got here those are Tim Holtz from the Tim Holtz collection. This is a little wax envelope that I made a while back. It's wax and gesso. I made this envelope. Well, I coffee dyed this envelope ages ago. But what I did last night, I've got this machine that cuts circles. So I've never used it before. So I cut a circle, but it went too close to the edge. So I have cut myself a piece of vintage looking card, and I'm going to put that down there. One, it'll strengthen it, but two, you won't know that I've gone right to the edge. And then in here is some vellum, spotty vellum. And inside is some music paper, copy of some vintage God King Wenceslas paper. This is a postcard, best wishes for a jolly Christmas. This is from Harry. It says, "Dear Nell, just a card to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Harry." And Nell lives in Battersea. And he must have put it in an envelope because there is no evidence of there being a stamp on, or maybe he never sent it. So I put that in there and I thought that looked nice because you can just see out of there best wishes for Christmas. So I undid, and then I had this piece of card. It was only this big. That's all. And that would probably look nice on there. So I had this. I put that on because I cut across and opened the envelope. So I decided I was contemplating probably about 2 o'clock this morning. Do I do it like that or do I put it there? And my decision was to do that. So let's do it. Let's just do it. So I have got some fabric, because no matter what I use, I always come back to this because it is my fave. We all have our favourites to use, don't we? Fabric tack, Pritt stick, and I'm happy. Except when it doesn't come out. Oh, always happens, doesn't it? You do a video and boom, it don't. Now my little needle that I use is like glued into my pink cushion. Let's just do that. Let's wipe that. So you're not going to see me make every element of this book, but you will see me make quite a bit of it. Probably do quite a few videos today and then just start and release them a few a day. I actually was thinking of having that nearer to the bottom. I don't want it in the middle. Last night I thought nearer to the bottom. So there we go. There we go. Now I'm going to put over here a piece of coffee, I think, a piece of coffee stained paper for writing on. What I thought I might do at the front page of every one of all the 25 pages is decorate, and then when you turn it over, there's space for writing. That's what I'm thinking at the minute. Who knows though, I may change my mind. Let's do this. Make sure that's... Ooh. Do all that and then peel it off. It's a good thing, you see, with fabric. You've just got that few minutes to just sort of play with it. You can sort of reapply again. Wasn't quite up to where it should have been. That it. There we go. Ta-da! So now I'm going to put this piece here. So I need to cut off a little tiny bit because it's a little tiny bit long. You know, the minute you bring red and green into the scene, it starts to feel a lot like Christmas, doesn't it? Let's get some... This is tea dye distress oxide. Let's just go around the edge of this. Got to do some ironing. Keep putting it off. In fact, when I finish this video, I'll do some ironing, and if he's back for another football match, I'll watch another football match. I can come and do a bit more crafting. Or I might say manifest, and I'll be there like a shot. Let's pop that on there. Bit of glue. Take that off. Right, I am going to turn this over because I'm not as keen on that there, but here is the other part of that. So maybe that can go on there. Do I leave it longer? Let's just have a look. If I left that like that, I'm going to put this here. No, it might be too long. Yes, it's too long. That's a shame. That is a shame. I think I could have done like a little pocket. Maybe I still could. Yes, I will. So I am going to do that there. Put my glue there, along there, along there. A little thin secret, narrow secret pocket. Right, boots facing downwards. Pop that there. Oh. No. I put my baby wipes downstairs. Bought some more baby wipes today in the downstairs. Right, that's there. This came from a rack. I think it was, you know, when you do your junk journal, junkies, etc. You know, when you do your after Christmas sort of sharing your bits and bobs. I think that's where it came from. That is getting on my nerves there. Done. Let's cut that down. I love that. I was watching Wendy's Journal Adventures. I love watching what the cat's up to. If anybody's seen Wendy's Journal Adventures, Leo the cat. I love watching him like on the table, and she'll be working and he'll be like powing the work off. I love that. Right, I keep all my little bits. I have a little bag behind me there for my bits and bobbies. So I will like it. I like it a lot. Yes, I was watching Wendy's Journal Adventures last night, and she said she got scissors and she went, "These are my goober scissors." And I thought, what's goober? I've never heard of goober before. Anyway, I realised then what it was. And it's the scissors that she uses for glue, so that she, you know, you get all the bits on, the bits of glue. So these are my goober scissors. Goober scissors. Made me laugh. So I'll learn a new word today, and that is goober. So it's starting to look Christmassy already. So now I'm going to put this. Well, let's hope it fits in there now. Pull my neck. Yes. So I'm going to put that into there. Let's just cut the tip off. So I have got, I think it's called Waxing Lyrical, my video about using beeswax and making all these things. I made loads of things with beeswax. I was watching the girl on the ridge last night doing more with beeswax. She does so much with beeswax. So much. Right, let's pop that in there. And pop that on there. I've got a little tiny pocket there. In fact, I've just had a thought. I know, dangerous, eh? Very dangerous. Oh, hang on. No, that's right. That is correct. Yeah, I've just had a thought that on this side, I could put another envelope. Then I could seal that bit. So, don't you love this envelope? That's one I did. I just did when I was messing and playing around. That's the waxed with gesso and crackle decoupage. You know, should I put that one in there? Should I put that there? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Got that one. I know. Shall we not do anything until... Oh, no. That one went in there to open like that. What would it look like on this side? No. Okay, well, we'll leave that. We'll think about that. Do we put something in it? Or do we put something through it like that? Seal it down? Do you know, I'm tempted with this. I would have to fold that into there and put that there. I think it would look very, very nice. Very nice indeed. That would fold onto there. That won't be there. Oh, that won't be there. This would be inside that little thing inside. There. Right, let's do it. Let's do what's in my head. So if that goes into there, like that, then I can seal that bit up. And that would go onto there, like that. Because this is number 25 after all. Let's do it. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I never really think. That's probably true. My at work, I have my own business. I've worked with children for a long time, 41 years. And at work, they'll say, that's what we love about you. You have an idea and you just do it. And really, I don't. If it's going to be detrimental to my business, then I don't do it. If it's like, I wonder what happens if, then I do it. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand where I'm coming from there? And they'll say to me at work, that's why I love working with you, because it's like, and if staff come to me with an idea, I'll have to cut them off there. If staff come to me with an idea, I'm like, And more often than not, I'll say, yeah, let's do it. Unless I think, you know, that is going to kill the business, then I wouldn't do it. Sometimes, if even though they come to me with an idea that I've tried and it's gone wrong, if it's sort of not going to be detrimental, and I know that it's not going to be detrimental to the business, and they say, oh, I've thought of this, can we try this? So I say, go on, yeah, let's give it a try. But I try it knowing that it isn't going to work. because you have to learn, don't you, from things not quite working out. Then that staff member, and when I say these staff members, I'm talking apprentices, like 17, 18-year-old, and they'll say, well, that didn't work. And I'm like, well, why do you think it didn't work? I never say, oh, I know, because I've done it and it didn't work for me either. I would say, oh, why, you know, why do you think it didn't work? And let's have a look at it, let's reflect on it. And I love helping people learn like that, rather than saying that is a rubbish idea and it isn't going to work. It's good. It's good to let people make mistakes, even if it is ones that you've made and you know it isn't going to work. Love that. Because on the 25th of December, there might be all sorts you want to put in that pocket. There. Still leaves me with that, doesn't it? I still need to sort that out. That's there. I'm going to squidge a little bit of this. Oh, we've got enough in. I'm going to get some of these. Put these along there. Oh, got some here. Yeah, so I do let some of my staff make mistakes. Because I used to hate it when I was younger, and I'd say, oh, can we try this? And I'd get, no, that doesn't work. That does not work. You know, let people try. Plus, they may find a way to make it work. You know, have you thought of that? Hey, have you thought of that? There you go. That's part of me. That's part of my management style. Right, let's put these on. That's December the 25th. Oh, I need to do something behind this. So let's edge it. Good old tea dye. I don't know what time it is. I've absolutely no idea at all. Right, in fact, I'm just going to do this now. Why didn't I just do this in the first place? This is my preferred method of blooming inking anyway. Why am I not using my method, my own tried and tested methods? Why am I doing something different? Why not? Right. So on the back of that, so let's get a stamp. So this one is May the Joy of the Season and blah de blah de blah. Let's rub some green ink. This is green peeled paint distress ink. That is going to go on there. So I need it out towards... Oh, can we do it on? Let's just do it on this envelope. So that's going to go on there. Needs to be out here. Let's get it the right way up. There we go. Fabulous. So that now, that goes on there. There's some on there. Let's put a bit down there as well. Just put a little bit on that edge. There we go. Right, so let's stick that on there. Layers, layers, layers. That's what it's all about. That goes on there. Let's just take that off there. That goes on there. Pretty. Here's my number 25. Let's just tea stain this. I'm actually going to, let's see if I've got a rusty pin here. Come along, my pretties. Got one. If I put a rusty pin through it, but then glue it, it'll look like it's pinned to that, even though it's not. It's a bit of a delicate pin, that. Into there. Whoops. Hang on, let's get a little pin. Let's make a little pinhole. There we go. So my magical tea party journal, I should finish definitely. I keep saying this every week, but I should definitely finish it next week. And how do I know that? On Monday I should, because we've got our bank holiday. It's bank holiday Monday here in the UK, so we're all off. Unless, of course, you work in the NHS or something like that. An emergency service, you're not off, but otherwise we are off. The pin is bent. That needs to go in there. Got it. I'm going to put that on there. Right, let's do this. I'm using glue next to vellum. How stupid! Stupid! And there's number 25 with a little pin through it. So it looks like it's pinned to the poinsettia, but it isn't. These can probably come off now. Whew. Whew. And that is looking rather splendid. So that opens up there. So we put something in there. We can, got the envelope there that opens up. So I need to do something on this page, something on this page, and something on this page, which I will do not now. I'm going to go and do some ironing. Woohoo! Gosh, I live the most amazing of lives. So I will see you very, very soon. I'm Sharon, and this is Be Divine Vintage, and thank you for watching. See you soon.